We continue to follow the impact the war is having on gas prices, especially here at home. No one's keeping closer watch than GasBuddy's Patrick Haan. Patrick, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Boy, things are just moving so fast, as you know. Give us an idea. Where are prices right now, especially for gasoline and diesel, which is really going up?
Yeah, average gas prices in Syracuse at this moment about $3.48 a gallon. That's now up 55 cents a gallon in the last month. Diesel, even more painful, now approaching $4.86 a gallon. We'll likely see the national average for diesel and prices in Syracuse hit that $5 a gallon mark for diesel here in the next couple of days. Gasoline prices likely to continue moving higher as well. Not only the Iran situation causing oil to skyrocket, but the seasonal changeover set to hit as well. So changeover to summer gasoline just a little over a week away. That's going to be another double whammy. So expect to be paying a little bit more at the pump, whether gasoline or diesel, here in the next several days.
Yeah, it's gone up quite a bit. I don't know if you have any quick stats as just how much since the war started, roughly.
Yeah, you know, nationally, we are up about 65 cents for gasoline and over $1 a gallon for diesel just in the last 10 days. And Americans now spending collectively $250 million more every day on gasoline than just 30 days ago. So this is really adding up. And not only that, but airfare is going up. I just checked an airfare I booked a couple of weeks ago. It's up 21%. But then diesel, the fuel that powers the economy, you're talking about farmers, truckers. This is going to be tremendous in terms of the pass down here in the days ahead.
I'm curious your thoughts on this. So we've seen the president announce plans to tap strategic oil reserves here. The International Energy Agency advising members release millions of barrels of oil. It all sounds good. How much can this really help?
Yeah, you're right. The numbers sound staggering. 400 million barrels, of which about 170 will come from the United States. But it's the rate of release that's the critical factor as an oil analyst, not the amount. And the rate of release from the United States, 1 million barrels a day. And that will not come close to fulfilling the shortage of 20 million barrels a day that's not flowing through the Strait of Hormuz. And that's really what the market looks at, and that's why oil prices have not really reacted to the release of reserves, because it just pales in comparison still.
Can you to a novice, can't you just open the spigot a little bit more and release more? Or is that just not the system, the way it works and set up to do that?
Well, the SPR has been maintained in recent years. There may be a recent limitation. I know there was maintenance in the last couple of years because of the drawdown that started in 2023 and ended shortly thereafter. There was maintenance ongoing. Now, typically, the throughput can be up to 3 to 4 million barrels a day. So I'm not particularly sure. It could be maintenance that was ongoing at the SPR. But yeah, that rate could certainly be higher. So there may be some extenuating circumstances there. And that's the unfortunate reality of why it really pales in comparison. The market's looking for 20 million barrels that aren't flowing out of the Strait of Hormuz. And unfortunately, this release just doesn't quite cut it from that perspective.
And then you speak of the Strait, key factor here. And the new Ayatollah, I think even today, has said, we're going to try to keep that thing as closed as possible as kind of leverage in this war here. Who gets in? Who steps in to try to get some security so you can get these tankers through that strait?
Yeah, well, right now it's just the risk of attack. The fact that Iran has attacked several vessels with drones just undermines the confidence. I mean, you'd have to be pretty crazy as a ship owner to want to risk going through that. Even if the U.S. president says you got to toughen up, I certainly wouldn't risk $100 to $200 million in oil, let alone the sailors, life and limb when transiting through. And that's what the market's really looking for, is confidence. There hasn't been any confidence. The president's talked about it. They've offered reinsurance. But when it comes to human life and going through, nobody still wants to take that risk. So really, it's going to have to be something Iran pursues. Will they change their attitude about attacking vessels in the Strait? I mean, that's really what it comes down to, and there won't be meaningful improvement until that happens.
Last quick one for you. Prices always seem to spike. They seem to go down much slower. Any chance on the horizon we're seeing anything where prices might go down, or are we dealing with the war price cycle with the switch to the summer blend, so we may never see this thing go down too much more?
Well, I think with oil prices already jumping so significantly, if the situation drastically improves relatively quickly, there will be some modest relief. But to your point, there won't be full relief compared to pre-war prices because in the backdrop, all those seasonal things are still actively pushing prices up. So if anything, we can offset some of that seasonality if oil prices suddenly declined overnight. But still, talking about all the impacts of this, they cascade, and it's going to take months to fully catch the world back up to all the products that are basically blocked by the Strait of Hormuz shutdown.
Patrick, always appreciate your insights. Hopefully we'll talk to you with better news the next time that prices are going down. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.